Hey guys, Madison here, and today I'm watching Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade for the first time. 9 months ago, I watched Raiders of the Lost Ark for the first time. It's been a long time since I got to watch an Indiana Jones movie, but I still remember Raiders like it was yesterday. It was such a blast, so much fun. I just love Harrison Ford, and I love Indiana Jones, so I'm really excited to see where his adventures take him in this movie. I know that Last Crusade seems to really be the favorite of the kind of original trilogy, if you want to call it that. This is such a classic. I mean, Raiders is too, much beloved, so I'm just really excited to experience it for the first time and go on this adventure. So without further ado, guys, let's do this. This looks like the Wild West. Okay, this looks like some of the stuff I saw in, was it Utah or Colorado? I recognize those. I can't remember what they were called. They were in a national park I visited. It actually looks like the Garden of the Gods. Is that the Garden of the Gods? Yeah, all this looks so familiar. I literally have pictures of this stuff. This is so cool.
Get anything in? We gotta find more stuff in my practice.
It's the cross of Coronado. Cortez gave it to him in 1520. It belongs in a museum.
It belongs in a museum.
Have him bring the sheriff. It's only a snake.
And there's the first snake.
Right.
He's got our thing.
Hey, you!
Uh-oh. Are we jumping? Yep, we're jumping onto the train. Circus. There's gonna be animals in here. Reptiles. Why did it have to be snakes? No! 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 I don't like it. I don't like it. Snake phobia enacted.
Holy smokes.
You might want to move. Imagine getting impaled by that thing.
There's no way out of this.
So that's how we got this car.
This should be in a museum.
I'll give it back.
Well, I mean, obviously they're gonna look in there.
Okay, out of the bar, now! Son of a-
He's like impressive. Most impressive.
You still got it?
Well, yes, sir. It's right here.
The rightful owner of this cross will press charges if you give it back.
All that work.
You lost today, kid. But it doesn't mean you have to like it.
This is the second time I've had to reclaim my property from you.
I think He's gonna end up at the bottom of the ocean. I just want to see Indy win. Now what? Well, they're all dead.
We can discuss my honorarium over dinner and champagne tonight. Your treat.
Yes. My treat.
Girl. You have your own club of fangirls, Indy.
Eternal life, Dr. Jones. The gift of youth to whoever drinks from the grail. Now, that's a bedtime story I'd like to wake up to.
Yeah, this went very well last time when they tried to open the Ark of the Covenant.
The Holy Grail. It disappeared and was lost for 1,000 years before it was found again by 3 knights of the First Crusade. 3 brothers, to be exact. Now, the second marker is entombed with the knight's dead brother. Our project leader believes that tomb to be located within the city of Venice, Italy.
Why don't you try my father?
We already have. Your father is the man who's disappeared.
Oh boy.
It's Dad's Grail diary. Every clue he followed, every discovery he made.
Someone must want it pretty badly.
He trusts you to see it through.
Tell him I'll take that ticket to Venice now.
I'll tell him we'll take 2.
I'll be very careful. Don't trust anybody.
Wise advice. Venice.
Venice.
You have your father's eyes.
And my mother's ears. But the rest belongs to you.
Looks like the best parts have already been spoken for. Dr. Elsa Schneider.
How do you do?
Schneider. German.
That doesn't look much like a library.
Looks like a converted church.
This case is the literal truth.
Don't you get it? The tomb is somewhere in the library. You said yourself it used to be a church.
On the floor.
X marks the spot.
Yep. Don't damage the floor. There's gotta be a way to open it, like a door. Would have been awkward if she had just fallen for like 100 feet. Look out, Marcus. Ooh. Too late. That would give me the creeps.
What's this one?
The Ark of the Covenant.
Are you sure?
Pretty sure.
Disrespecting the dead.
Oh, rats.
Have I ever mentioned my mouse/rat phobia? These movies attack my every animal phobia. Ah. No. Nope. hate the noises they make.
Wouldn't it be wonderful if you were here now to see this?
He never would have made it past the rats. He hates rats. He's scared to death of them.
Yeah, me too. Oh my gosh, no. This is like my worst nightmare. That guy just went for it.
I said go around! You said go between them! I said don't go between them!
It's the airplane propeller all over again.
Tell me! If you don't let go, Dr. Jones will both die! Then we'll die! My soul is prepared! How's yours?
Man's brave. Give him that.
Why were you trying to kill me?
The Brotherhood of the Cruciform Sword have been prepared to do anything to keep it safe.
It's like the Templars in Assassin's Creed.
He knew everything except where to begin, the name of the city.
Alexandretta.
Yes, now we know.
Marcus, get hold of Saul.
Not good.
Elsie. Elsie.
My room.
Mine too.
And she didn't hear all that going on. I don't believe it.
Since I met you, I've nearly been incinerated, drowned, shot at, and chopped into fish bait. We're caught in the middle of something sinister here. Leave me alone. I don't like fast women.
I just don't believe that she didn't hear people right outside the bathroom door ransacking her entire room. Woman's fishy.
Oh, before time. Do you intend to leave us standing on the doorstep all day with drenched?
If you are a Scottish lord, then
I am Mickey Mouse. How dare he?
It's one way to get in. But I mean, he'll wake up pretty fast. Nazis! Yeah, here we go again.
Nazis. I hate these guys.
It is you, Junior.
Don't call me that, please.
Thank God. It's fake. No!
Get your stuff. We gotta get out of here.
Alexandretta.
Alexandretta, of course. On the Pilgrim Trail from the Eastern Empire. If only I could have been with you.
There were rats, Dad.
Rats?
Yeah, big ones.
Dr. Jones.
Yes? Do you think my son would be that stupid that he would bring my diary all the way back here?
That escalated quickly.
Put down the gun or the Fräulein dies. But she's one of them.
Henry, please.
She's a Nazi. What?
No, listen to your father.
You should have listened to your father.
How did you know she was a Nazi? She talks in her sleep. Trust her. Why did you? Because he didn't take money.
Donovan.
Didn't I warn you not to trust anybody, Dr. Jones?
We'll never see him again. With any luck, he's got the grail already.
Does anyone here speak English?
Mr. Brody!
Oh, sorry.
Marcus Brody, sir!
John Rhys Davies, he's back.
Mr. Brody, welcome to Iskenderun. The director of the Museum of Antiquities has sent a car for you.
Run.
Yes.
Davis, I've got it here. Just finished reading it myself. Run.
Yes.
Egyptian mail. Morning edition.
Dude, run! Oh no. This is a disaster.
That's how Austrians say goodbye.
You're gonna get yours, lady.
Try and burn through the ropes.
Very good.
Why? Why have you done this? Oh my word. It's like double the trouble.
We have Marcus Brody. Dad! Oh, Dad! Oh, Dad! Ah! Head for the fireplace! Oh.
What the heck?
Our situation has not improved.
Listen, Dad, I'm almost free.
This is intolerable.
Where did they go? Out the window? Nope.
I find that if I just sit down and think...
Don't feel like they're going to be able to outrun those. I love how he's just in the little sidecar. Now, if he had a gun, which he does, he could just be turning around shooting at them while Indy drives. Take them all out. On God. Jones Sr. is not impressed.
Can't you remember?
I wrote them down in my diary so that I wouldn't have to remember.
Half the German army's on.
Going undercover. Is that Hitler? Imagine voluntarily burning books, burning knowledge.
I believe in the grail, not the swastika.
You stood up to be counted with the enemy of everything that the grail stands for. All I have to do is squeeze.
All I have to do is scream.
Oh my gosh. Oh.
What did you get? I don't know. First available flight out of Germany.
Yes, let's get out of Germany as soon as possible. A blimp? We're getting on a blimp?
Relax. No ticket.
Oh my word.
What you taught me was that I was less important to you than people who'd been dead for 500 years in another country.
What do you want to talk about?
I can't think of anything.
Then what are you complaining about? Will he prove his worth?
What does that mean?
I don't know. We'll find out.
We'll find out, all right.
Well, I thought it would take him a lot longer to figure out the radio was dead. Come on, Dad. Move!
Yes, you better make a very hasty departure.
Dad, you're gonna have to use the machine gun!
Oh, no.
Dad, 11 o'clock!
What happens at 11 o'clock?
12, 11, 10! Dad, are we hit?
More or less. John, I'm sorry.
Another happy landing. That poor man. What an idiot. Just flew right into it. My goodness. That's not good.
Let my armies be the rocks and the trees and the birds in the sky.
I love Sean Connery so much.
Desert vehicles and tanks.
You're welcome.
Care to wet your whistle, Marcus?
I'd rather spit in your face. But as I haven't got any spit.
Get down.
Dad, we're well out of range.
Always the Wilhelm scream. Always. Yep.
For the unrighteous, the cup of life holds everlasting damnation. What are you hiding? Goose-stepping morons like yourself should try reading books instead of burning them.
Sehr gut, ja.
That's what you get. Whoa. Ooh.
The pen is mightier than the sword.
Oh my gosh. Abandoned ship. Good riddance to that guy. I know Indy's hanging on to the edge there. Wait for it. Wait for it. And there. What are we looking at?
I thought I'd lost you, boy.
This looks like the place. Great.
I never expected to see you again.
I'm like a bad penny. I always turn up.
Step back now, Dr. Schneider. Hitler can have the world, but he can't take it with him. I'm going to be drinking my own health when he's gone the way of the dodo.
Dad. Dad.
The healing power of the grail is the only thing that can save your father now. It's time to ask yourself what you believe.
You better get low.
Man is humble. Kneels before God.
Oh, I didn't see that one coming up from the ground. Can't just kneel, you gotta like kneel and then front roll.
You must believe, boy. You must believe.
This is it.
You're strangely dressed for a night. I pass it to you who vanquished me.
This ain't gonna go well.
Eternal life.
He chose poorly.
I'd say so. I think it's gonna be a small, unassuming
That's the cup of a carpenter.
cup. The most plain.
You have chosen wisely.
We have got it! Come on!
Can't go beyond the seal. You have chosen poorly.
I can reach it.
can't hold on. I can get it. I can almost reach it.
Have you not learned from what you just saw?
Let it go.
Elsa never really believed in the Grail. She thought she'd found a prize.
Like Indiana.
We named the dog Indiana.
May we go home now, please?
The dog?
Henry, follow me! I know the way! Ha!
I love that final shot. It's so very Western. That conversation at the end about him being named after the dog is so funny because I have heard that Indiana Jones was named after George Lucas's dog, I believe. I think he had a collie growing up named Indiana, and that was where he got the name for Indiana Jones. I love that so much that, you know, it being a story from real life that they actually brought into the canon of Indiana Jones. I think that's so cool that they did that, and I had no idea about that conversation. Obviously, that's just so funny and so great. I love it. Oh my goodness. These movies are just so much fun. They're just such a blast, such a great adventure. And, you know, a little bit of mystery and exploring and looking for artifacts is just classic cinema. I loved that whole last sequence with trying to get to the Holy Grail and the test. Seeing Indiana Jones, like his journey of belief and faith, and just having to literally step off a cliff basically and believe that there was going to be a path there so that he could save his father. I loved the whole father-son dynamic throughout the movie. That was such a fun addition. And this one, again, Sean Connery is just brilliant. I love him. And obviously I love Harrison Ford, and their whole dynamic together was just hilarious and so entertaining. The dad, all the times when Harrison was like, or sorry, Indy was like, Dad, it's just so funny. And Junior, I loved that. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that banter and that relationship was just so fun and moving at the end when you see how just really terrified he is at the prospect of losing his father, and he's willing to do anything to save him. Yeah, really just a great message about getting, you know, carried away with greed and how it can suck the life right out of you, getting carried away with the search for power and the search for immortality. Some people in the world actually believe they can achieve immortality through means on Earth with, like, you know, blood transfusions and heart transplants, and they'll have 6 or 7 of them in their lifetime. These really rich people who can afford to do that, and they try to live forever. They think they can, and never happens. So I mean, there's actually people in the world who believe they can uncover the secret to immortality through means like that. Hitler, you know, was actually obsessed with like finding spiritual artifacts and pagan rituals and that sort of thing. He was very fascinated with all of that. I think the swastika is actually like an ancient sun symbol, if I remember correctly, but I can't remember. It was for some like ancient sun god. So Hitler was obsessed with the occult and likely with the idea of living forever. So it was actually fitting to bring in the Nazis again as the villains in this film, because it makes perfect sense that Nazis would be searching for an artifact like the Holy Grail. But it's just a great reminder that you shouldn't be trying to look for absolute power or immortality through... you can't achieve immortality through your own power. That power is not meant for humanity. We can't save ourselves. So it's just really fascinating watching themes like this be addressed through such a lighthearted manner. But yeah, it was just really great seeing Indy be able to save his dad, and showing the humility, and that humility represented in how the Holy Grail looked. You know, it wasn't the fancy, expensive looking gold cup, the big one with all the jewels in it. It was the little, small, unassuming one. And it's like Indy said, you know, it looks like a carpenter's cup, which is a perfect parallel, of course, to how Jesus Christ came to earth. You know, being born in a manger, being born, you know, in, a lot of people think a stable. I think it was more like kind of a stable in a cave kind of area, but really just born in the most humble of places amongst the animals, and being a carpenter growing up, you know, not coming as the rich and majestic king that everyone expected, but coming, you know, riding into Jerusalem on a donkey instead of a big, you know, white horse or something. It was always not what humanity expected. And so I like that being carried over into this with how the Holy Grail looked and everything. I thought that was a nice touch there. Just such a fun movie. I loved this one. I loved Raiders. And the only thing missing from this movie was Marion. I just really enjoyed her so much in Raiders, and I wish she had been in this one, but you know, I can tell with the structure of the plot and everything how that wouldn't have worked. We had Elsa in this movie who made a very poor choice at the end. She got carried away with her greed and wanting to take back a prize, like Henry said, and she paid for it with her life. So a dark, unfortunate ending for her, but luckily Indy and his father and Sala and Marcus got to ride off into the sunset together, like a classic Western. We love to see it. Thanks so much to everyone on Patreon who voted for this on the poll this week. It's been on there a few times and it kept getting very close, but not quite pulling off the victory, coming in second a few times. So thank you so much to everyone who voted for it. I'm so glad I finally got to watch this movie 9 months later. I can't believe it. It was so early in my reaction days when I watched Raiders of the Lost Ark. It feels like I've gone on my own journey, and now I'm here finally at the Last Crusade. So glad I finally got to watch this movie, and I hope you guys enjoyed this reaction as much as I enjoyed watching this movie. Thanks again, guys, and I hope you'll come back next week for another Film Friday, and I will see you guys then.